Top of the morning to you this Thursday morning, 14th of September 2023. This is Cactv News. My name is Shegun White and I'm bringing you the news today around the world. But first, the headlines. Tuition fee hike. ASU and parents have made protest. Also in the news, flood in Libya, mass burial happened in Libya for those who encountered the flood. House of Representatives deny allegations. And Senator appeals to federal government to see to the illegal minings in the country. Also in the foreign news, tension escalates in Taiwan. And it was also in sports, we have our own Falcon striker, Oparanoze Desire, or Desire, I beg your pardon, tenders his resignation as a footballer. And also coup in Africa is caused by democracy, lack of democratic creativity. We're going to short break, and when we come back, we'll give you the news in full. Please stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back. Now the news in full. As the Nigerian tertiary education system prepares for the commencement of a new academic session of a new week, the country is witnessing a wave of protests. These protests involve multiple stakeholders, including the Academic Staff Union of Universities, parents and students, who are voicing their concern over the relentless increase in university tuition fees. This trend comes at a time when the nation's economy is facing significant challenges. ASU, representing the interests of academic staff, is at the forefront of this protest movement. They are alarmed by the continuous fee hike, emphasizing that universities should not operate as profit-oriented commercial enterprises. The union's national president, Professor Emmanuel Oshodeke, has publicly expressed his disapproval of these fee increases. A recent example is the Obafemi Awolowo University fee hike. To illustrate this growing concern, the management of the OAU in Ile-Ife, Osun State recently announced a revised fee structure. According to University's Public Relations Officer Abiodun Larewaju, new students in the Faculty of Arts, Law and Humanity will now be required to pay a sum of 151,000 naira 200, while returning students in these faculties will face a tuition fee of 89,200. Shifting gears to environmental concerns, the federal government has issued a warning about heavy rainfall that could lead to flooding in approximately 48 towns across 13 states. The prediction, covering the period from September 13 to September 17, 2023, is primarily directed at areas along the River Benue and River Niger, extending up to Bayelsa State. Residents in these regions are being strongly advised to take precautionary measures to mitigate potential damage. The flood prediction report released by the National Flood Early Warning System Central Hub of the Federal Ministry of Environment specifies the 13 states that are at risk. These states include Kano, Kebbi, Katsina, Niger, Kwara, Zamfara, Bauchi, Taraba, Borno, Adamawa, Yobe, Jigawa, and Gombe. calls for industrialization and education reforms in discussion about Nigeria of 100 million naira palliatives. In a political development, the House of Representatives has unequivocally denied allegations made by the NLC. The NLC claimed that the federal government provided 100 million naira in palliatives to members of the National Assembly. Akin Rotimi, chairman of the House Committee on Media and Public Affairs, refuted these allegations, discerning or deeming them baseless and devoid of factual accuracy. He demanded an immediate retraction and a public apology from the NLC. Senators have appealed to the federal government concerning illegal mining. Senator Umar Sadiq, representing Kwara North Senatorial District, has called upon both federal and state governments to tackle the issue of illegal mining in the country. Sadiq, who also serves as the chairman of the Senate Committee on Trade and Investment, expressed deep concern about the rampant illegal mining activities in his district. He linked these activities to rising insecurity and emphasized the urgency of addressing this issue to safeguard both the region and the nation as a whole. Now we bring you foreign news. Escalating tensions in the Taiwan Strait. Taiwan's defense ministry has reported a significant increase in military activity by China in the vicinity of Taiwan. In one day, China deployed 68 warplanes and 10 Navy vessels in areas around the self-ruled island. Beijing has long claimed Taiwan as its territory and has been increasing military and political pressure on the island in recent years. The situation remains tense as both sides engage in military maneuvers and rhetoric. Away from that, we move to Libya. The flood happening in Libya has claimed lives, and those who are dead has been buried in a mass burial. Libya is grappling with the aftermath of Storm Daniel, described as an extreme weather event which led to devastating floods. The death toll from these floods has tragically risen to 6,000 people. According to reports, hospitals in the affected areas are overwhelmed and there is an urgent need for treatment of survivors. Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has pledged essential support to the Libyan people affected by this disaster. And away from that, we move to the African continent. Coup and governance challenges in Africa. Experts and professors in political science, international relations, and security have highlighted the concerning trend of coup spreading across Africa. They attribute this phenomenon to a dearth in progressive democracy and the collapse of governance on the continent. While coups have not yet materialized in Nigeria due to factors like ethnicity and religion, the resurgence of military takeovers in West Africa is seen as a result of people's hopelessness and frustration. These events underscore the challenges facing development in the sub-region. The discussions took place at a roundtable organized by Department of Political Science of Nnamdi Azikiwe University in Awka, Nigeria, focusing on the causes and dynamics of these issues. Now we go to business. Nigerian gas flare commercials program progress. The federal government of Nigeria has announced that it has issued letters of award to 42 firms as part of the 2022 Nigerian gas flare commercialization program. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission revealed that these firms are deemed successful in a competitive bidding process for 49 flare sites. Of these, 38 companies have been awarded 40 standalone single flare site development, 150 naira per dollar in the parallel market. Bureau de change operators reported that the naira, which closed at 930 naira per dollar on Tuesday, was traded at 935 naira per dollar and 950 naira per dollar on Wednesday. The currency scarcity appears to be worsening, raising concerns about the country's economic stability. The official trading platform, the Investor and Exporter Forex Window, also reported a depreciation, with the naira closing at 758.12 naira per dollar on Wednesday. Also in business news, oil firms project revenue for the fourth quarter of 2023. Three prominent oil firms in Nigeria, MRS Oil Nigeria PLC, Total Energies Marketing Nigeria PLC, and Etana PLC, have projected a combined revenue of 427.58 billion naira for the fourth quarter of 2023. These revenue forecasts were disclosed in their respective fourth quarter reports filed with the Nigerian Exchange Limited. MRS Oil anticipates generating 154.02 billion in revenue for fourth quarter, with a projected profit before tax of 1.50 billion naira. Total Energies Marketing Nigeria PLC forecast a revenue of 138.81 billion naira, and Etana PLC revenue projects are yet to be disclosed in the reports. This forecast provides insight into the financial expectations of key players in the Nigerian oil industry for the coming quarters. We're going to a short break, and when we come back, we bring you news in sports. Please stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Can we take you to sports? In sports, Oparanozie Desire has announced a retirement from football. Former Super Falcons captain Desire Oparanozie, known for her impressive career achievements, has officially announced a retirement from both national and club football at the age of 29. Oparanozie's career included 4 WAFCON victories, participation in 4 FIFA World Cups, and even having a bus stop named after her in France. Her contributions to women's football have left an indelible mark. And also in sports, final list is out for the participants of the next year January AFCON tournaments. The final qualifier for the 2024 African Cup of Nations have concluded, revealing the complete list of 24 nations that will compete in the tournament hosted in Ivory Coast in January 2024. This qualifier featured 48 teams divided into 12 groups, with the top 2 nations from each group securing their spots in the finals. The 24 countries that have qualified for the tournament are Nigeria, Guinea-Bissau, Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, Cameroon, Namibia, Egypt, Guinea, Ghana, Angola, Algeria, Tanzania, Mali, Gambia, Zambia, Ivory Coast, DR Congo, Mauritania, Tunisia, Equatorial Guinea, South Africa, Morocco, Senegal, and Mozambique. The African Cup of Nations in 2024 will see the participation of numerous French-based players. Notable names like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Victor Osimhen, and Mohamed Salah will represent their countries. The tournament will take place between January 13th and February 11th, 2024. That's it for the news this morning. Thank you for joining us on this channel. We remain your very favorite channel, Cactv. Please join us on all our social media, share and like us on Facebook and also on YouTube, Cactv. You can also drop your comments, your contributions and your marketing strategies on all our social medias. Thank you for having us this morning. Have a nice day. My name remains Shegun White. Thank you for listening.